Alright, good morning. It is our third day here in Lisbon, and these are the steepest stairs in our Airbnb ever. But today we are off on our adventure to Belem. It is about 4 or 5 miles away from the city center. So we're going to take a tram over there, but first we have to go get a 24-hour pass. So we just bought our 24-hour pass on the metro and all the other public transportation here in Lisbon. So it's €640 per person plus the 50 cent for the reusable card, and you can use that for all your other transportation as well, what they call zapping, or so you get cheaper rates on all the public transportation, including all the trams and stuff we're gonna take later today. So that's why we decided to buy the 24-hour pass, because we're gonna go to Belem and back and then take the tram around the city today. And how you get from the center of Lisbon to Belem is you take tram number 15 or 15E, which is the electric tram from this square here. This is, I believe, Parca, and probably pronouncing this incredibly wrong, but the Plaza Figueroa or Figueira, something like that. Okay, so we had to get off the tram, and
but they announced it only in Portuguese, so we didn't understand what they were saying. It's just everyone got off the tram, so we got off too.
So apparently we had to take that tram, and then maybe we had to transfer to a bus.
The 15
that's down the street. So I didn't read that on the instructions on how to get to Belem. So maybe it's because it's Sunday, I don't know. Or it's early. Alright, so after a detour on the bus, it looks like from the way we went on a big circle around, because there's likely some construction on the roads. And so now we are here in Belem, and that is the monastery behind us. And the first stop we are going to is actually Pastiche.
No,
Pastiche.
Belem.
That because everything here opens at about 10 o'clock, so we are gonna go get some breakfast before everything opens. Usually there's a huge line outside this shop over here, but hopefully it's early enough that there's not a huge line. Doesn't look too bad. The line is not out the door, so that's pretty good, but we're gonna go sit and dine in. Yeah, it actually looks really cool in here. Alright, actually I changed the plans. Since the line wasn't too bad out front, we're gonna see if we can just get it together instead of the table service, because I think that'll actually be a little bit quicker. So the Pastel de Belem, so it's actually called Pastel de Belem here instead of Pastel de Nata, because this is a unique recipe. Apparently this is the only place that has this recipe. So the price is a little bit more expensive. It's €1.15 versus €1 at the other place we were at before, or a 6-pack is €6.90. So I think we're gonna get a 6-pack. I've heard that this line is sometimes over an hour long and it wraps around the building. It's kind of crazy right now. Literally, this is the only line, so that's pretty good. Definitely recommend you guys come early, before 9:30 or so. Yeah, it's about 9:30 right now, and basically there's no line. Melissa went to go to the bathroom for a bit, and by the time she got back, I had already ordered and collected the Pastiche de Belem.
It's not like prestige, pastage.
Cheers.
It's good. We didn't get to put anything on it, but I think it's still good.
So my review on this version is it's less sweet than the ones we had earlier, and actually it tastes about the same, I would think. Just a little bit less sweet, so I'm not sure exactly.
Yeah. The same. I feel like the custard is more creamy.
The custard is more creamy? Yeah, very good though. Alright guys, very successful trip to Pastiche de Belem. Very easy, especially in the morning. I don't know if it's going to be that way throughout the the day. Likely not, but yeah, definitely come in the morning. And now we are, well, what's your review?
Fantastic. I liked it. I don't think the crust was as good. It was a little too hard and not as flaky slash buttery, but I felt like the custard was way more creamy. So I prefer the crust of Montegheria, but I prefer the custard of Pastéis de Belem.
I can't pronounce any of these words. Terrible. Okay, so now we are on our way to the Tower of Belem, which I think we had to take
Shit, that's our bus.
a bus. Shoot. Do we run? Yeah. We are now here at the Belem Tower, or Torre de Belem, and it is now raining, but we are one of the first people in line, so that's good. I think we need to buy a combination ticket here, so I think you can buy it here, and then it includes the tickets to the monastery. So yeah, this place opens at 10, which is here in about a few minutes. Actually, it should be already open, but yeah, so let's go. So only 120 people can enter the tower at any time, and it's access controlled, so that's why it forms a line outside. And in the summer, in the high season, this line could be an hour long or more. So pretty lucky here. It's actually, as you can see, a rainy day. So there's not that many people. €6 each for an entrance fee here. And sometimes their credit card machine is not working, so make sure you have cash. Behind me is the Torre de Belem, or the Belem Tower. So the only fact I know about this place was this was built in, I think, the 16th or 15th century, something like that. And it was built to commemorate the explorers that sailed from here. So this is the location that a lot of people, a lot of explorers like Magellan and Vasco da Gama and people like that set off on their explorations to India and Asia and everywhere else, right? Around the Cape of Africa. So yeah, this is kind of the
Cape of Good Hope.
The Cape of Good Hope, sorry, thank you, Melissa. And so this is, I guess, the dedication to all those explorers who went off around the world. So yeah, let's go check it out.
Thanks for the history lesson. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so there you go. These spiral stairways are so tiny. It's so cool. We made it on top of the tower. Hi.
Hey.
What do you think?
It's all right.
It's pretty cool. I mean, this thing was built in 1547. So, quite interesting.
Clearing up a bit though. So
Yeah.
nice.
Stopped raining, so that's good. Well, and just like that, rain started again. So it's time to go back down. Alright, so we are now here at the monastery, and back there is where you buy the tickets, and then you have to wait in this line. And so yeah, hopefully it doesn't take too long.
We're in Monasterio Geronimus.
Pretty good. Good job. I could not do better.
Translates to Geronimo Monastery. I don't know anything about it, so
It was built in 1500s.
that's all I can say.
And we're here in the cloister. So this is probably the most impressive part of the monastery. So let's go take a look. Yeah, I mean, this architecture is incredible. so now we made it up on the upper floor of this cloister inside the monastery. It's actually quite unique. We've been to quite a few monasteries and things like that, old churches, but this one's pretty interesting because everything here, all the details and everything is so intricate, and just love how this whole architecture is set up. So yeah, really cool. There is quite a bit of a line outside, but once you get in here, you don't really feel it's really that crowded. So yeah, pretty good spot. That concludes our visit of the monastery. If you're in Lisbon, Belem is definitely a must visit. However, I would highly recommend you getting here early and maybe even on a weekday. It is closed on Monday, so don't come on Monday, but definitely don't miss Belem.
All right, so we're here at, it's spelled LX Factory, but it's pronounced El Shish Factory, the Portuguese way. And it's kind of hidden, like I wouldn't have known it was back
Here, look.
in this alley.
This is literally the entrance, this little alleyway here.
See, these people didn't know it was here either. So it used to be an old industrial area that was about to be torn down, and a private investor came in at the last minute and bought it, and it's now been revitalized with creative spaces, restaurants, and on Sundays they have a flea market. So we're gonna go check out the flea market, grab some food, check out the space, and then we'll head back to Lisbon. Well, this is Lisbon, but you know, Lisbon City Center.
Or the reason why Melissa has all those facts was because there was Wi-Fi on buses. So she looked up all those facts on using the Wi-Fi on the buses. So yeah, pretty cool that they have that in buses. How come we don't have that in the US? We are a little bit hungry, so now we've stopped at a place called 1300 Taberna.
There is a bookstore that is honestly one of the coolest bookstores I've ever been. They used to print papers or magazines or something here, and so you still have the old printer here in the middle, and they have chairs and tables around it so you can grab a book and read it, kind of like a library. I think it's a bookstore in a library, actually.
We made it back into central Lisbon from Belem and from that LX factory. But now we are looking for the tram, the number 28 tram, which is basically the tourist tram, which is that. But that one says it's reserved, and so we don't know where to go. Hopefully this is it. I don't know. So Melissa asked the question, do you want to run? And then she just took off. So I have to chase after her. The hell? Don't slip.
Oh man, okay. So, we couldn't figure out where to get on for the number 28. We found it, we ran. I think the hole in my pants just got bigger.
Did it really?
I think it did. But the line is pretty long. We don't know how long it's gonna take, but there are multiple trolleys here. So, we'll see. We got time, it's 3:30.
And Google Maps is wrong because we thought where we got off on that 15E tram going to and from Belem was where we got on the 28 tram as well, and that was wrong. So we had to go up a few blocks to where we are now, but that's okay. So we waited almost an hour, but now we are on the train. Unfortunately, we are sitting in one of the handicapped seats, but that's okay. We were the last ones to get on this train, or on this tram. What'd you think?
It was nice. I mean, it was, I expected to see more of the city. But, I don't know. I expected to see more sights, but it was more just like a ride through the neighborhood,
which was cool though.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
They do make you get off at the very end and then get on again. But good thing we had the 24-hour pass, otherwise we would have to pay again. But now we are back where we started our walking tour the other day, which is pretty close to our Airbnb. So we're gonna head back there and kind of figure out and organize for dinner. And today is Sunday, so apparently a lot of places are closed on Sundays. So I think we'll end the vlog there for today, and we'll see you in Sintra tomorrow. So actually Melissa was telling me earlier that Lisbon has been moving up on her list of favorite cities. And what'd you say earlier about Lisbon?
Right now it's ranked number 1.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, it surpassed New York, which I'm kind of over at this point. Although I still love it. It's just too busy for me. Which when I was younger I didn't mind, but
now just a little too crazy.
The hustle just is a little too much. And I still love London because it's a big city. There's a ton to do. Tons of good food, especially Indian food.
Yeah, that's true.
But I feel like it kind of lacks character.
Yeah, it's just like a big city, but Lisbon has a lot of character.
A lot of character.
A lot of history.
So much good food.
Yeah, every place that we've been to so far has been great. So yeah, we're looking forward to it.
And yeah, it's very, I mean, we've walked everywhere. The only time we took public transportation was to Belem, because we had to. It was like 5 miles away.
Yeah.
But honestly, I feel like we could have Ubered for for like the
cheaper.
same price. Yeah.
You know, and the hills aren't really that bad. You know, people complain about the hills in Lisbon, but it's not too bad.
All
Time
right,
to eat.
Good night.
Good night.